This is so fantastic, I can't help but sharing it with you. We have a massive business credit card from Consumers Credit Union. Maximum credit limit, check this out, $100,000 EIN only. I want you to stick around till the end of today's conversation because I will be sharing a lot of stuff with you and you're going to love it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you're to ask me, if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about a massive business credit card from Consumers Credit Union. And the limit is fantastic, $100,000 maximum limit. And before I get into the actual nitty gritty, please understand this video is instructional only. It's informative. It is educational. We have not been paid by the Consumers Credit Union. We have no association or no affiliation with them. So this is purely informative, all right? So let's talk about the credit card facts. This is an unsecured business credit card. So there is no deposit. There is no personal guarantee. There's nothing. Okay, so the APR oscillates between 8.70 to 18.70%, and the speed of application review up to 7 days. And in terms of extra conditions, we have a credit union membership. So you got to become a member of the Consumers Credit Union to qualify for the 100,000 limits business credit card. All right. And here is more info about the business credit card. You can read about it. We're showing this to you on the screen, along with the link if you want to read about it. For more information or to apply by phone, you can call 1-877-ASK-CCCU. 877-275-2228. But one thing I want to say here is that you must join Consumers Credit Union to get the business credit card. Very important. And the thing here is that anyone can join the credit union. You don't have to be affiliate. So you simply need to become a member of the Consumers Cooperative Association via a payment of a one-time $5 membership fee. That's all. Nothing much. Only $5. And application and payments for membership to the Consumers Cooperative Association can be done at the end of the application process, okay? And you need a few things. You need to be an adult right away. I mean, that makes sense, right? You need to have a valid, unexpired U.S. government, federal, or state issued ID that includes a photo. This could be a driver's license, U.S. passport, or state ID. And for pictures ID not having your current address, you will need to bring additional information, right? Like a current utility bill for your current address. And if you're not a U.S. citizen, you need to have what they call, let's say if you are a Mexican national, for example, you got to have the Mexican Matricula Consular ID. My Spanish is pretty bad, but you also need to have your original ITIN letter, okay? ITIN, Individual Tax Identification Number letter. And U.S. Permanent Alien Resident Card and Social Security card and a current utility bill. This is very important. And once you have all this, you need to contact a CCCU representative by phone, email, or you can stop by one of their service centers. All right, so this were the facts of the card. Now let's talk about the issuer a little bit, Consumers Credit Union. But before I do this, folks, please remember, I am talking to you about a massive business credit card from Consumers Credit Union. Maximum limit $100,000. Okay, and this credit union is fantastic. They are headquartered in Gurnee, Illinois, and they have been serving customers for nearly a century. Okay, and we love the fact that they're different from other credit unions. Why? Because anyone can join, regardless of where you live or work or your third-party affiliation. While branch locations are limited to the Chicago area, members can bank through over 1,800 credit union service center partner branches, as well as more than 30,000 ATMs nationwide. Okay, and the Consumers Credit Union's biggest appeal is its checking account, because they have a rate that can go up to 4 or 4.09% APY. However, their credit card is also interesting. Their business credit card, that is, okay? And there are a lot of things you can do with this credit card. You can actually, buy inventory, you can hire staff, you can do a lot of stuff. What are the pros and cons of this organization? Consumers Credit Union. So the pros, you have a large free ATM network and access to shared branches. It's very easy to join, and they have much higher rates on deposit accounts compared to many traditional banks. And we love the fact that they have a relaxed membership requirements. They have a variety of accounts. The reason why I'm telling you all this is because for you to get the credit card, you gotta become a member, but you also need to open an account. At least an account. You can open a checking account, but my preference, my recommendation after doing research on this, and the recommendation of all the team, is you want to have a checking account and a savings account. All right. And what are the cons here? So they do have a monthly activity requirements that are needed if you want to earn competitive APY on rewards checking. And there is no cap on daily overdraft fees. So you really want to avoid the overdraft fees there. So after evaluating this lender on tens of criteria, including credit card variety, credit card amount, generosity, cost, reputation, customer service, we assigned the organization a score of 9/10. This is a great company. This is a great organization, folks. Let's dig a little deeper in terms of the card's details. What are the paraphernalia of this credit card? Again, for those who just joined, I'm talking to you about a massive, humongous credit card, from business credit card, that is, from Consumers Credit Union. Maximum credit limits, $100,000. This card is open to all credit profiles, whether you have bad credit, poor credit, no credit, low credit, doesn't matter. You might not get the full $100,000 if you have bad credit, but you could get 30 grand or 20 grand, and that's a lot already. Okay, so the card, this card offers no annual fee. That's number one. No fee cash advances, so you can take cash from any ATM, no problem whatsoever. Something that other credit unions don't do, as a matter of fact. Right? If you think about, for instance, the Navy Federal, or if you have the Boeing Employees Credit Union, they charge fees for cash advances. And the cool thing about this card is that you have additional cards available for employees at no cost. You have individualized credit limits available for additional cards. So even though the card itself is $100,000, you might want to split this. You might want to give, for instance, one of your most trusted employees maybe 20 grand here, 5 grand there, 20 grand there, kind of split the whole limit, because the aggregate amount that will be allocated or granted to your company is $100,000. Don't believe for a second. I know, I saw you coming. You were probably thinking that every of your employees will be getting 100,000. No. The aggregate must be 100,000. So if you have 5 employees and you want to split them 20, everybody gets 20, then it will be 100,000. And you have a secure online account review and payment options from the credit union site. We have a Visa as a zero liability, which means that you are protected if your card is lost or stolen. You have auto rental insurance on a 24-hour basis for collision or theft damage. And we love the fact that this is a great add-on to this card. Why? Because it automatically covers up to the actual cash value of most rental vehicles. If you are the type who travels a lot, you might actually enjoy this protection, this additional protection. We also love the fact that this card, you have travel accident insurance coverage up to $500,000 at no additional cost when you travel on common air, sea, and ground carriers. You have travel and emergency assistance services, and here I'm talking about medical and legal referrals, emergency ticket replacement, and more. And the cool thing here is that this card not only has a high limit, all those services, all the constellation of services that I just told you about, those are available 24 hours a day. That's fantastic. You're talking 24/7, 365. And all you have to do, you just have to call a toll-free number, or you can collect outside the United States. And you also have warranty manager. This will double the manufacturer's warranties and grant you the opportunity to register a warranty, extend warranty protection, and purchase extended service agreements. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I want to talk to you now about eligibility. All right. And folks, again, we are talking about what? We're talking about a humongous business credit card from Consumers Credit Union with a potential maximum limit of $100,000. This card is open to all types of credit: bad credit, low credit, no credit, fair credit, good credit, excellent credit. Everybody is welcome. So first, to be eligible for this card, you got to have credit union membership. That I already said that, and I showed you that you just have to give a $5 or $10 to their affiliated organization, and that's it. You don't need to live or work or be affiliated with any particular industry to qualify. So that is out of the way. Once you have that, you got to have a business checking account. You need to have at least a business account. And our recommendation is to have multiple accounts with Consumers Credit Union. In other words, you want to bring a lot of your business to them so they can actually see you favorably. They can actually review your application more favorably. Okay, so you want to open a checking account, a personal checking account, a business checking account. For example, you can open a personal savings account. So that will be 2 or 3 checking accounts that you have with this credit union. So that's great. And after you do that, you want to take care of your business credit score, right? I'm speaking about the three main ones: the Paydex from DNB, Dun and Bradstreet. Then you want to take care of your Experian and your Equifax. It's very important. Paydex and IntelliScore are the 2 most important, but if you have all those 3 taken care of, that's fine. Pay attention to your annual revenue, because Consumers Credit Union will be taking that into account while reviewing the application. You want to have a business plan. If you want to get a business credit card, whether you're getting it at a business, whether you want to get it at a credit union or at a traditional bank or whatever it is, whoever the lender is, you want to have a business plan. This is quintessential, folks. Don't play with that. It's important. And in some cases, they might want to have more information about the business, things like personal and business tax returns. So your 1065 and 1120, if applicable, business insurance plans, payroll records, any commercial leases, and so on and so forth. So this is what you need to think about. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Studio Kiwi Show. We are still having a convo about a massive, a huge business credit card from Consumers Credit Union. We're talking maximum credit limit $100,000, and this credit card is available to all kinds of credit profiles. This is pretty good. And now I want to talk to you about the evidence that is needed. So I've spoken to you about eligibility. Now, for you to qualify for this credit card, business credit card, you need to provide some kind of evidence. First of all, you need to fill out the application form. So you need to fill it out. They will be asking you things like, why are you applying for this credit card? Who are the members of your management team? A little bit of information about the business, its operational history, its legal structure. For example, is it a C corporation, LLC, S corporation, LP, LP, whatever it is. LLC stands for a limited liability company, and LP stands for limited liability partnership. Okay. And they will be asking you, for example, also Consumers Credit Union would want to see resumes of the senior leadership team. Just kind of have an idea of what's really going on, what kind of experience they are bringing to the table, right? And this kind of tells them whether or not the business is potentially well-run or not. And they might also want to see, they would want to see a business plan. And it is in your interest to actually have a business plan. Okay, you want to attach to that. So business plan is very important, because the business plan encapsulates your vision, right? It talks about your vision. It talks about where the company was, is, and will be. That's how I think about it. You want to think about this trifecta. A business plan shows the lender or a potential investor, anybody who has an intention to put money into the business, either as a debt or as a source of equity. You want to show that person where the business was, is, and will be. Okay, and will be, it's very important, because this is where you actually create projected financial statements. Everything about projected income statement, projected revenue, project the cash flows, all that kind of good stuff. You also want to have ready an accounts receivable and accounts payable reports, right? This is the kind of schedule that lenders want to see, especially lenders at Consumers Credit Union. They want to look at your AP and AR schedules to see, do a little bit of analysis in terms of, there's something called asset ratio, quick ratio, where you kind of see if a business can cover its current assets, its short-term debts with its short-term assets, right? And they might want to see some legal documents also, business licenses and registrations, articles of incorporation if you are an S Corp or C Corp, and articles of organization if you are an LLC, copies of contracts you have with any third parties, franchise agreements, commercial leases, and so this is pretty much what you have to have. I want to talk to you now about how to apply, and this is important. So if you folks, again, we're talking about a huge business credit card from Consumers Credit Union. I'm not talking to you about a teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini credit card with a 1,000 limits. No, we're talking big league here. We're talking about a massive business credit card that will give you a potential limit of $100,000. I just love the sound of that. 100 grand. Wow. It's debt, I know though. But it's just fantastic. One thing I want to say here is that for this, you want to contact a rep at Consumers Credit Union for more information. Do not apply online. This credit card is open. This business credit card is open to all kinds of credit profiles: low profile, low credit, no credit, bad FICO, fair FICO, average FICO, good FICO, stellar FICO. Everything is open. So you first want to contact a rep. You want to glean more information from the rep, and the application can be done via email, fax, on the website, over the phone, through a visit to the branch, or mailing. You can mail in the application. People still do that. Believe me, people still do that. My mother does. So what I want to say here is that it's very important that you call someone at the branch, at the nearest branch, or if you're in the vicinity, you just visit the branch. You want to sit down. What you want to do is you want to take the application online, because once you have access to your dashboard as a member, once you become a member and you open the account, you open a checking account or savings account, you would see a section whereby you can actually apply for a credit card, and that will show you the application form. And what you want to do is you don't want to fill it there. You don't want to fill it out there. You want to print it out and fill it out at home, and then bring it to a branch and have a conversation with someone. You want to talk to your account manager. Okay. You want to get all your paperwork ready. The business plan, as I just said, is one of the most important elements of a business credit card application. Now, let me give you a few pro tips before I close today's conversation. Now, we were just talking about what? I'm talking to you about a massive credit card from Consumers Credit Union. I know I've been repeating it, but it's important because we're not talking about small amounts. And by repeating it, I want you to really understand the scope of the work that you have to do, the importance of preparation and not taking things for granted, the importance of staying away from randomness. We want to have a plan. We want to have a strategy. So I want to repeat to you that this is a massive credit card from Consumers Credit Union, $100,000 in potential credit limits. So we got to be prepared, right? How do we do that? So I've spoken to you about the evidence needed, the eligibility criteria, how to apply, right? Never do it. I'll get it. Never do it online. You want to print everything and bring it to the branch. A few things you want to pay attention to before or during the application process. You want to keep contact with your account manager, with the loan rep or the credit card rep. You want to constantly ask questions. You want to gauge the where the conversation is going. You want to gauge your chances of being approved and how much, if you are approved, how much limit you can get, right? And by doing that, what you're doing is that you are actually getting enough intel before applying. And to do this, you need to keep your documents in order. By documents, I'm talking about a whole bevy of documents that you need at the business level to prove to a potential lender, such as a consumer's credit union, that you are a legit business that has potential, that does not have a lethargic balance sheet or income statement, that is growing. Okay, so you want to keep your financial statements ready, your business tax returns, your personal tax returns also. One thing I want to say though, and I haven't said that so far, to get the 100,000 disc credit card limits, you cannot be a sole proprietorship. You gotta be a corporation. In other words, you can't just file a 1040 and have a Schedule C and expect to qualify for this card. You might qualify, they might give you $1,000 or $2,000 credit limit, but if you really want to get the big bucks, you want to go all the way to $100,000, you better have a corporation. So you better have a C Corp, an S Corp, an LLC, LLP, all that kind of good stuff. All right. So once you keep all your documents in order, you want to demonstrate that you have sufficient cash flows. You want to understand the criteria that the Consumer's Credit Union is looking for. You want to maintain good credit at the personal level and the business level. Simply because this is a business credit card doesn't mean you can just screw up your personal credit. No, you want to maintain good credit both at the personal level and at the personal level if you can. All right, folks, this was it for today's conversation. I was just talking to you about a massive business credit card from Consumers Credit Union, maximum limits $100,000. And I spoke to you about I gave you an overview, and I talked to you about the credit card facts. I gave you a glimpse into this issuer, what Consumers Credit Union is, the card in depth, eligibility, the evidence needed. We talked about how to apply, and I give you a few pro tips before closing. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will see you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.